So it's also been said Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my God.
Right? This is what they're saying.
Who's they?
Is the Patrick Mahomes era over? Now listen, guys.
Who's they saying this?
I saw it on First Things First, Undisputed. Listen. I have to go to therapy, right? I get emotional when the game is going on. Sometimes I say irrational things. But because I'm gonna start off with this. The era, it's not over. Listen, Tom Brady, it took 10 years between Super Bowls. I think Patrick Mahomes will be fine. It happens. This is his first. You know what I compare it to? Rocky IV. This is the first time he was like, he's cut. He's cut. Patrick Mahomes is human. He is. He's a quarterback. It's happened to Brady, right? It's happened to Peyton Manning. It happened to Aaron Rodgers this year. It happens to all great quarterbacks where it's happened to Joe Montana Marino. It's happened. It happens to all the great players ever. They always get knocked down. And, I applaud him for taking the blame for it and putting it on his shoulders. And he'll be back. They're going to be in a contention for years to come. To me, they're kind of like how the Patriots are. They're just going to – you can pick them to win it every year, and nobody's going to bat an eye.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. I know it wasn't crazy. I get emotional on text, man.
You threw that into the group chat there. I was like, come on.
Oh, man.
Don't be a prisoner of the moment here.
I got to go. I'm a prisoner of the moment. I have to go to therapy because I do that with every team. Oh, my gosh. Oh, anyway, go ahead. Anybody got thoughts? For real. This was actually covered on First Things First.
Right. Is everything going on?
Everybody
do they have to try that hard to have a topic to talk about?
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's sad, but look at this. The whole landscape right now. They're going to be in contention. Like, just look at it. No team. Like, think about this for a second. This is going to fuel this team. Andy Reid's going to find some way to use this as fuel. Mahomes is a competitor. They're going to be pissed off next year. I don't see where they're going to go. You can't say you be outside your mind and say they're not going to make the playoffs. And then once they make the playoffs, it's like, okay, you're going to bet against Mahomes. You're going to have your hands full. Like, so it's a situation of no, the window's not closed for them. Is the AFC getting better? Yes. Is the AFC scary? Yes. But if you really look at this right now, you got to equal and equate all these things. Let's equate, and I'm just going to stay on two right now. Injuries and quarterback consistency. If you stack teams getting injured during the season and you stack quarterbacks being consistent against Mahomes, what are we going to do here? Like, and then defenses. People building the defenses. Now people going to build a defense against them, but do you have the teams, do you have the talent to do what certain teams want to do defensively against them? Because honestly, and we'll get to that later. I'm gonna use one of my points now, though, and I'll get back to it later. I feel like they got too cute against Cincinnati.
Yeah, they
got too cute. Sometimes you're too high on your talent and you get too cute. You had McKinnon and you had a Lair back. Like, you got to use them. You can't get too cute on your talent of Tyreek Hill and Kelsey and just get real cocky about, oh, they're going to always get open. They always make plays. Like, use your other weapons. Your other weapons were hot. So I think they're going to be back. I think they're going to be motivated. This game is going to fuel them. They're going to be a very, if they're not, they're already scary, but I think they're going to be even more scary next year because they're going to be highly pissed off because they're going to look at that game and say, we threw that away.
I mean, I can pretty much agree. Like, I don't understand the article. You gotta stop going to these articles, man. These articles are
they're topics, man. We got people.
I can dig it, man. But like, if you write this article and you actually think about it and you put it down on paper, you're like, yeah, that looks good right there. Yeah, I'm going with this. Like, something's clearly wrong. Like, there's no way that should make it out of the editing room or whoever has to approve that, because that's dumb. That's just dumb. Like, there's no way. after 1 year or after one game that he lost in the AFC Championship game, that now all of a sudden his window's closed. Like, I think it's going to be still tough. And you got these guys like Allen, who clearly, like, he's mad as well that they lost the game that they lost. Herbert, he's never even been to the playoffs. Obviously, you still got Burrow. Like, there's a lot of, obviously, the best quarterbacks are in the AFC. So the road is still going to be tough. Definitely going to be tougher probably next year. It depends on the rosters and things like that they make. But I mean, like, I'm not going to count Patrick Mahomes out.
Well, the GM did say he wants to bring Tyrann Mathieu, Orlando Brown, and Melvin Ingram back. So,
well, they do got a lot of work to do because their defense, I mean,
is ridiculous.
Is not good. So I think their emphasis, or to me, I think their emphasis needs to be defense in the offseason.
Yeah, they got to improve that secondary.
It's not good.
So, I mean, we might as well get into. We might as well segue into. I guess we already talked about what the Chiefs need to do. Right? Any thoughts from the game, the Bengals versus Chiefs?
One thing I saw Brian Baldinger talk about on Twitter was in
I
his
need to
breakdown.
Follow him. I need to follow him. I like him.
He's a really good follow. He was talking about Mahomes fell into not taking what the defense gave him. Kansas City was trying to draw up the big play, trying to score quickly, trying to hit the big shots down the field instead of just
digging down. Yeah.
Take those 7, 8, 9 yard chunks, and you're going to get points. Everything can't be 40, 50-yard chunk plays. You know, it's a lesson that Peyton Manning had to learn early in his career.
Yeah.
And I think because of the just insane amount of success that Mahomes has had, people forget that he's year 5?
Yeah. He was doing that. I think he did that a lot against Buffalo and the Steelers, and he was doing that. And I think he got away. One take, I'm gonna say this, and I know it's the obvious, but they should have cooked the field goal at the end of the half. And just Andy Reid wanted to, but Mahomes was like, "I got this."
Yeah, the clock management. Those like 9 seconds left, running a bootleg. That's a time-consuming play. Yeah. It made no sense. Then running another play with 4 seconds left. Yeah, that whole clock management didn't make sense.
I don't think so. I don't have a problem with them going for a touchdown in that situation.
Yeah,
because unlike the week before when Tennessee got a touchdown and then they got the penalty and they still tried to go for 2 instead of trying to get the extra point, they were up 20. They were up 21-3 at that point. So
I got you.
Put more points on the board, trying to pretty much end the game. And like, to me, it was just bad execution. If they had thrown the ball to the end zone or something like that, at least take a shot at the end zone. Don't do no swing pass out to your fastest player just because he's the fastest player or whatever it is, but I think he's going to get in with no timeouts left. No, you got to at least take a shot at the end zone. If that doesn't work, kick the field goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
24-3 instead of 21-3.
That was Mahomes' fault, though.
It was.
And
it came back to bite him because it went on. It was just like a downward spiral of just trash in the second half because he just, 18 for 21 in the first half, 210.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No turnovers. And in the second half, second half in overtime, you go 8 for 18. 65 yards.
I was like, is the Bengals defense this good? Or was I tripping?
I mean, he had a QBR of 1.4 in the second half in overtime.
Yeah.
1.4.
I don't know.
For anybody to do who's bad, who's mediocre. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best of all time.
Already, yeah.
Had a 1.4 in the second half. That's terrible, man. I mean, I
think he's gonna bounce back. I know. Yeah, he was hurt by it though. He was like, "This is the worst game I played." He was like, "It falls on me." I love to hear that. You know, some people, Craig, don't be taking no responsibility.
That should definitely fall on him. That performance in that second half was one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen in my life.
It was weird.
I mean, from I should say from like a really good quarterback perspective.
Yeah. From Patrick Mahomes, or Tom Brady, or you talk about like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Peyton level, man.
Aaron Rodgers was bad. His second half or whatever.
Yeah.
Or next 3 quarters, but I mean, this was probably worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they got a lot of work to do on that defense, though. And
ton of work, man.
I definitely think they could probably use another receiver. I like Pringle; he's solid. Hartman is, but I think they need to bring in at least one more wide receiver in there, opposite of Hill. I think they could benefit from that. It's another weapon. Have the ball, or maybe as a decoy. It doesn't have to be like I kind of wish that Josh Gordon thing had worked out, even though I knew it wasn't.
Yeah,
I think he had one touchdown this year. He was really nowhere to be found. But
thinking this receiving class is deep.
It is. It's
but I don't know if they want to go young again though, because they have Pringle and
Pringle's about to be a free agent, so
big proponent of Pringle and Hartman. Like I just don't believe in them. Like they're like a good number two. I think combined they're number two, but I think one of them over the other, there's nothing special to me. So
yeah,
you pretty much have Hill, and that's pretty much it. I don't understand.
Hartman's a guy that's going to run one route.
He can take a reverse and maybe get a couple yards,
screen or something. Yeah,
he's just not that guy.
Yeah, good on punt, right?
Yeah, good special teams guy. Good return guy.
All right.
I think Kansas City also needs to address the running back position. Like Edwards-Helaire hasn't been what they were hoping for. You've got to get some kind of consistent production there.
Bring back McKinney.
They need to get that defense straight too, because they've only got after giving up non-sack or after getting sacked 9 times, you only get sacked them once.
That's crazy.
I mean, granted, the line
they have Chris Jones and they have Frank Clark.
Yeah. They're not a good sacking team though. They weren't high in terms of team sacks this year.
And that's I think the defense needs to be addressed. I understand we can talk about Mahomes' mistakes. We can talk about this. I'm going back to my thing about defense. I'm still a firm believer of you up 21-3 on the road in the AFC Championship game. You got to get stops. I can understand that. We can talk about Mahomes' second half, and I understand the Bengals is the offensive juggernaut or whatever, but 21-3, like at home, like for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and you look like that, like you can't get sacks. You know they're gonna pass now. You know you have the great opportunity to pin your ears back, and like you said, Corey. Craig, we can't get to him. We can't get no sacks. We have 18. How are we not getting to this quarterback and we have 18? Like it has to be addressed. This defense has to be addressed, especially the back seven. You know what